Let's go with the next video from the Rubin Report as well. They're sharing something about the Saudi leader, Mohammed bin Salman, who is the crown prince of Saudi Arabia. He makes a host go quiet with this chilling warning about Iran's leader. Ooh, let's take a watch.
But I've seen that you called the Ayatollah Khamenei the new Hitler of the Middle East.
Absolutely.
Here is a video, an interesting video, of Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. What year did you say this was from? So this is 2018. I think this will really, 2019, sorry. I think this will really help frame the show today. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman talking about what the Ayatollah's intentions are. And this is why you can see a new Middle East is on the horizon, because we've basically taken out the really bad actor here. Listen to this.
Iran is not a rival to Saudi Arabia. Its army is not among the top 5 armies in the Muslim world. The Saudi economy is larger than the Iranian economy. Iran is far from being equal to Saudi Arabia.
But I've seen that you called the Ayatollah Khamenei the new Hitler of the Middle East.
Absolutely.
Why?
Because he wants to expand. He wants to create his own project in the Middle East, very much like Hitler, who wanted to expand at the time. Many countries around the world and in Europe did not realize how dangerous Hitler was until what happened. I don't want to see the same events happening in the Middle East.
Does Saudi Arabia need nuclear weapons to counter Iran?
Saudi Arabia does not want to acquire any nuclear bomb. But without a doubt, if Iran developed a nuclear bomb, we will follow suit as soon as possible.
Okay, so this is about 7 years ago. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Saudi Arabia is perfect, and they have their own issues with the strain of Wahhabism that radicalizes all sorts of people, but they have started to moderate. And if you remember, about a week before October 7th, 2023, what was all of the talk all over the world? It was that Saudi Arabia and Israel were about to normalize, and Iran saw that. And then I think you can directly connect that to the events of October 7th, which, by the way, Biden had just released. Remember that non-fungible money that we had given back to the mullahs. So there's something there. But the point here is that even if the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, he's not saying, oh, Khomeini is Hitler because he doesn't like the Jews, right? Like, put the Jews aside for a sec. He's saying he's Hitler because Hitler wanted to expand, right? He wanted greater Germany and greater. Yeah. That has been the goal, too, of Iran, which is why they've put an army like Hezbollah in Lebanon, et cetera, et cetera. So putting aside Israel and the Jews for a second, the Saudis did not want this either. And if the Iranians were to get a nuclear bomb, it starts a crazed nuclear race. Most people think that Israel has nukes. It's not a declared situation, but most people think they have it. But no one thinks Israel's threatening anyone with nukes. It's purely deterrence. But if the Iranians were to get the bomb, while they're saying we're going to blow Israel off the map, well, then the Saudis might be like, we're in some deep doo-doo too, and then we have to get it too. So this is all very, very good.
Yeah, 100%. You have to agree with this assessment right here. So it's interesting. Look, we know Iran doesn't need nuclear weapons. Saudi Arabia, I know them. I know of their history fairly well because they own a soccer team that I love very much, and they have recently bought it a few years back. So I've been really gathering information on them. Certainly, they have their setbacks, but it is a country where I know people from the Middle East, and they have told me, "You in Saudi Arabia, you can do whatever you want," but we have laws and we have rules, and we have our religion, and just like on the west side, the United States, mostly Christians, mostly believe in God and in Jesus, and so what's the difference? We got our own rules, and so there's no problem there. But we're not threatening to annihilate anybody. We're not threatening that if you don't believe in our ways, you're horrible, and so he's pretty clear, Mohammed bin Salman. He said it right there, very clear, that the Iran basically under this regime are the new Hitler, the new Nazi regime or whatever, and so we got to take him for his own word. And everybody knows that Iran's army is nowhere. It's not good in the Middle East, and it's not good anywhere. Their manpower is horrible. Their threat right now is missiles, and they are certainly attacking Israel with missiles. They are succeeding to a certain extent when it comes to at least murdering people, because that's their goal. Just they just want to murder people. A lot of those missiles are not landing because they got the dome and all of that's protecting Israel. However, they are still landing a few missiles here and there, which is obviously a missile lands in a popular area, it will kill people, plain and simple. So they are doing that, but aside from missiles, they have nothing. Without that's why they need nuclear weapons, and I do not want, for the better of humanity, Iran cannot have nuclear weapons. That can never be allowed.